Let's build with Machi Koro 2.
We're going to do a time-lapse game setup and play one round just to kind of explain the rules and the flow of the game.
We are going to be playing Machi Koro 2. We're going to take you through the first kind of phase of the game until we get to one landmark. In a full game, you would be playing until someone reaches 3 landmarks. So, let's get started. To start the game, we use our coins. You get 5 coins to start the game, and you buy up to 3 cards before we start the full process of the game. So as first player, I am going to choose the bakery. So I'm going to, when a 2 or 3 is rolled, I'll get 2 coins if I roll that. And I need to pay the price, 1 coin, to the bank.
I'm going to be boring and also buy a bakery. So when you buy a card, basically whatever's on the top, if you roll it, or your opponent rolls, depending on the color of the card, you get the effect down below and the cost of the card is there. So now that I've bought that card, we've opened up a row. And then you fill in the row. So let's just say it was a business center, it would have gone there, and then we would continue until we have 5 unique cards in each row.
Absolutely. So I have $4 left, and with my $4, I am going to buy the vineyard for 1 coin. So I'll take that vineyard. And these icons can come into play with cards that have combos.
I'm going to go ahead and buy the convenience store. Now these green cards that I'm buying are the secondary industries, but they only take effect if I roll these numbers on my turn. Whereas the blue cards are on anyone's turn. So they're a little more powerful.
All right, so I have a vineyard. So I have the little kind of a grape or fruit-like symbol in the corner. There are no cards here that give me a combo. But I am going to spend 2 more of my dollars to buy this food warehouse where if I have restaurants, I will gain 2 extra coins from the bank on my turn if I roll a 10 or an 11.
Okay.
So that's the...
I still get to buy. Yeah, I'm going to spend $2 and I'm going to buy a flower garden, which gives me 2 coins if anybody rolls a 4. Okay, so Lisa will roll first. You can roll 1 or 2 die depending on what the numbers you have and what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes, and the game does come with a really handy game flow card. So it kind of walks you through the steps, and we will show you guys that. So I've rolled a 6, so I do not have any 6s.
I do not either. I get nothing.
Matthias does not. So because I have $1, that is, I can spend that $1 on a card. So typically, it's roll the dice, earn any income based on your cards that are that number. Then you activate any cards. So if there's on someone else's turn or your turn. And then the last phase is that you can go and purchase. So with my $1, I am going to buy a wheat field, which is when a 1 or 2 is rolled, I gain a coin.
Okay, I'm going to roll only 1 die. So she pulled out a sushi bar. So this should go over here because you always have to have 5 unique cards in the tableau. A forest goes over there.
Goes over.
Another cafe. We're going to run out of cards.
And a wheat field.
The wheat field is back. Okay, I'm only going to roll 1 die because all of my numbers are low. So that is my game plan strategically. I rolled a 3. I get 2 coins from the bank on my turn when I roll a 3. So what I'm going to do, mostly for illustrative purposes, is I'm going to spend 2 coins to buy a family restaurant. And this card is a little bit more of a take that card. I get to take 2 coins if any other active player, i.e. Lisa, rolls a 9 or a 10. So this is just this is a little more powerful in a 3 and 4 player game, but it's still useful in a 2 player game to just give me some income on her turn.
Excellent. So I'm going to roll, I'm just going to roll 1 die.
5.
And I rolled a 5.
I have no 5s?
I do not have any 5s. And I have no money. So because I have no money, if you roll a die and you have no money at the beginning of the build phase, you get $1. So with that $1, I want to kind of build up my numbers so that I have a higher probability of getting something. So I'm going to take this forest over here.
No, you're not.
Oh,
you're cheating.
No, that's $3.
Costs $3.
And I only have one lowly dollar.
I have people watching this. They
Yes.
get to see how you play.
I'm going to take this 8 here
Okay.
for $1. And the nice part of that 8, which is the hamburger stand, is when a 10 or 11 is rolled on my turn, I will get 2 coins.
Yeah, those combo cards kind of almost give you income based on what you have. I'm going to only roll 1 die, so I'm not going to give her any chance with her 8. But I'm going to see what I can do for myself. I've rolled a 2. I get 2 coins from the bank. So now I'm up to 3 coins total. And I think I'm going to do what Lisa was attempting to do. And I'm going to spend my 3 coins to buy a forest. So now I've got a pretty good little engine going on pretty much 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to get some money. Over to you.
All right. Well.
And what we're ultimately trying to do is to win the game, you need to buy 3 of these. As we're just playing here, at least with the camera, we're only going to go to 1 of these. And they get more expensive as you go. So to buy this French restaurant, which is one of my 3 landmark criteria, it cost me 10 in the first, if it's my first landmark, but 14 if it's my second, 22 as the game goes on. So they become more expensive. Except this card, which gives you an automatic win, but it costs you $45. I'm sorry.
So I rolled a 2, which
Yes.
for myself is quite convenient. So I get the vineyard and the wheat field, which is 2 coins plus 1 coin. But because it's also my turn, I get 2 coins for my bakery.
So a grand total of 5 coins
so I get
off
5,
of 2.
Exactly. Ooh. So I'm feeling pretty good about that too. And I think I am going to now buy myself a cornfield.
Okay.
And we have another family restaurant that has come out.
I'm still going to go back to rolling 1 die. I have rolled a 3. A 3 only gathers me 2 coins. So I'm really hoping for a 4. A 4 is where it happens for me. But with my 2 coins, I'm going to spend it. I'm still going to go ahead. I'm looking at Lisa's tableau. She still likes low numbers, even with her cornfield. I'm going to go ahead and buy another family restaurant. So I'm really making it a point where she rolls a 9, 10. I'm getting paid.
All right. So my kind of tableau here, if I roll a 10 or an 11, I will get 2 coins. A 7 will let me 3, but overall, my cards are low. So I'm just going to roll 1 die again, and we're going to see what happens. All right, and I rolled myself a 6. Pretty much the worst number I could roll for myself.
No.
So I have $3 from my previous turn. So I'm going to buy a card that Matthias does not like whatsoever. And it's called the Shopping District. So now what this one does is, on my turn, if I roll an 8 or a 9, and Matthias has more than 10 coins, I get to take half of them rounded down. So if he had 11 coins, I would take 5 coins from him. This is really an important card when we get up to the second and third landmark.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm halfway tempted to
he wants the house
rule it because it's very powerful. Okay, we put out a couple cards. I'm still only rolling 1 die.
And when he says powerful, it means it makes him lose.
Most likely, yes. That's, you know how sometimes the cards, when you have them, they're good, but when somebody else has them, they're bad? That's kind of how that works. I'm going to grab, for 2 coins, I'm grabbing another family restaurant. I'm building up my 9 10s to counteract her shopping district, so I can get some money out of her before she takes all my money. But actually, that's actually a terrible strategy now that I'm thinking about it.
Because I get half of it.
Yeah, so
All right, well, since I have some higher numbers now, I'm going to actually roll 2 die, or dice, to see what happens.
6.
So, of course, again, this terrible 6, it gets me nothing. Since I have no money whatsoever, I do get 1 coin from the bank, but I am going to hold still there.
All right. I'm still rolling my 1 die. I'm starting to think my strategy here is not great. Another 6. So I get a coin because I have no money, and I will turn around and just purchase a wheat field. 1, 2. I'm starting to give myself some options down here from 1 to 6.
All right. Again, I'm going to try the 2 die and find out what happens. So I rolled a 4. This does nothing for me.
I get 2 coins from the bank when on anybody's turn when a 4 is rolled.
Yes, his other 4 is not activated because it has to be his turn. I do have 1 coin, and I think I'm going to use it just because I don't have a lot going on. So I'm going to take the convenience store for 1 coin.
I wanted that.
That is why I snatched it.
Well, that's not very nice. I will roll 1. See, I wanted that convenience store just to build up a 4 number. Another 6. I got to buy myself a 6. Okay, for a coin. You know, I'm going to hold with my 2 coins. All right, your turn. I might have to shift my strategy here. This is not working out for me.
So I rolled 2 dice.
A 9.
A 9.
I would have got a ton of money, but she doesn't have any money, so I get nothing.
Yes, that is one thing about this game. Even if I were to generate money right now, restaurants are paid first. So I would have to pay him whatever I had up to the amount that he should get. And then I activate the rest of my items. So my fields and my establishments. So in this case, I did roll an 809, but because he doesn't have 10 coins, I don't get anything. So I'm out of money. I get 1 coin.
Okay. I'm going to roll... Well, I'm only going to roll 1 die, but I think I'm going to start investing in multiple dice. All right. I'm going to get 2 coins from the bank. That gives me 4 total. I'm going to turn around. This should have been...
Oh, I made a mistake again.
I'm going to spend all 4 coins to buy the mine. The mine is powerful. I get 6 coins from the bank on anyone's turn when 11 or 12 is rolled. I like the mine card. Okay. It's all mine.
All right, I'm going to roll 1 die and find out what happens.
2.
So 2. 2 is probably one of my favorite numbers.
3 coins.
My vineyard gets me 2. My wheat field gets me 1. And my bakery gets me an additional 2.
Oh, yes, you get the 5. Yeah, I keep forgetting.
And you do get 1.
I get 1. Okay.
Okay, so I have 2, 4, 6. I am going to hold tight because I am going to try to buy myself this French restaurant.
All right, now, since I've got the mine, I'm going to roll 2 dice. We'll see what happens. I have a 10, which I get nothing for. So
And my 10 is only on my turn.
I have a buck. I'm going to go ahead and buy this 2, 3. Actually, you know, I'm going to buy this cafe where I get some of Lisa's money on a 3. It's not a high probability with 2 dice, but
All right.
I'm playing a meaner game.
Actually, I'm going to 1 die.
Good, you roll 3.
A 4. So I get 3 coins from my convenience store.
I get 2 coins because of my flower garden, which is on anybody's turn.
So I worked my way up to 9 coins.
Oh.
I'm almost at the 10, but still a little bit away.
11. That gets me 6 coins due to my mine. I have 8 coins now. I don't feel like, since we're playing to essentially 1 landmark, I'm going to be able to catch her. But for my 8, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to purchase... I'm going to purchase the furniture factory for 4 coins. I get 4 coins from the bank for each one of these gear establishments I have on my turn only, but I have 2 of them and I can now start building some more of them. Because one thing I like to do, there's different strategies you can employ in this game, but I like to play for these big, crazy turns where I'm almost able to buy a landmark just off of like getting 10, 15 coins a turn.
Yes, he's very good at maximizing. I'm going to roll just 1 die again.
You should roll 2 so I can use my 9 and 10s.
Because I really need 1 coin.
Roll 3.
A 4. So I get 3 coins. And with those 3 coins, I have now managed to get myself to 12. So I can take any of these 4. And with those 4, I am going to take the soda bottling plant because... all of my restaurants will earn me an additional coin whenever it's activated, as will all players. So that's 12 coins. So that is all of mine. And for this overview, we are going to be stopping here. and giving you a little bit more information about the game and what our thoughts are.
In this light city building game, you're essentially just building out your city infrastructure, whether it be businesses, industries, and you're essentially at the end of the game trying to build some landmarks. All of the businesses within the game are something that I think you would find in Japan, which is kind of cool because we're planning a Japanese trip and you're seeing things like a lot of people don't expect in Japan, like wineries, but then you're also seeing things like sushi bars, cornfields, and just some of the landmarks as I'm looking down, TV station, parks. So thematically, I think the game rings true even just for a card game.
Yeah, and the actual artwork on the card is very nice. It has a bit of a cartoon effect to it, but it's fun and it really works with whatever the card is and the effect on the card.
Yeah, I think fun's a good way to describe it.
We like talking about replayability. So for this game, the replayability aspect really comes from the die roll mechanism, as well as having different cards being drawn and only having 5 cards available in each row. So you're only going to be able to build what's available to you based on the money you have, which is going to be dependent on the die roll and also the cards your opponents are building. Because you can have a perfect turn built, but your opponent may be stealing some of your money.
Yeah, I like it for like a lighter game. I try different things in it. So some games I'll be trying to build my own engine where I get money on everybody's turn. Other games I'll be just trying to steal money from other people or switch some cards up. Other games I'll be trying these weird different combos. So really, you know, the dice are going to affect what I'm doing, but I can try some, there's a lot of kind of decision-making space and a little strategic nuance that you can at least give a go in this game that you wouldn't think from something that's so light.
Absolutely, and the gameplay is drastically different whether you're playing 2-player or more, and that really comes down to the fact that certain cards only take effect on your opponent's turn or on all players' turn, so it's going to change whether there's only one other player or if you have 3 other players, there's going to be a lot higher chance that you can actually use that card.
Yeah, I think this is a very good gateway game, but I also enjoy it too. Just like as a gamer, I think there's enough here to make me come back.
Absolutely. So from a standpoint of who's this game for, people who love Machi Koro, the original one, will love this game because there are all new powers. So even though the mechanics of the game are the same, you are going to be able to dive right in and have a different experience. And then somebody who just wants to have a light rules overhead, easy game to get to the table, you can chit chat with your friends as you're doing it, and are okay with an element of luck and some take that, then I think this game would definitely be well suited for you. So for us, this game definitely goes the distance in that genre of light games that you can get to the table with anyone.